Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the SmartDawn smart curtain lights. So these were provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase some of these, I'll put a link to them in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So on the side here it says DIY gift, color changing, IP65 waterproof, RGB IC technology. So the size is 6.6 by 6.6 feet, 400 LEDs, power output is 5 volts at 15 watts. So let's get these open. So here we have the manual. Let's take a look at it. Now I may not cover everything in here. You'll want to read through it on your own. So we have some notes here on mounting them, like keep it away from heaters, fireplaces, and such. This talks about hanging them. So these have hooks. You plug it into AC outlet. Has a controller with a mode button. These are app controlled, so you can install the SmartDawn app. In here we can choose the different effects. This talks more about the app, and I will show the app. So I think that's pretty much it here. Here we have a thank you card, and here are the lights themselves. So we have the controller, has a button on it. Looks pretty straightforward. Here's the power supply. Output on it is 5 volts at 3 amps, so 15 watts. And that will connect here. So this is keyed to go in one way. So when you place it in here, you want to make sure it seats completely. You can see there's an O-ring here, and we'll tighten that down. So now we have the weatherproof seal. So these are the hooks. So I think an easy way to install these would be to run a line through here, like some cord or a wire, and attach it at both ends, and then suspend these from that. So let's plug these in here. And I guess I can try turning these on. Okay, so they're on. Now if I press the button, it switches through the modes. Now I'm going to show these installed. I'm just going through the function here on my bench. So I'll hold this down. That turns them off. So let's take a look at the app. So I'm on an iPad here, but you could connect these up to an iPhone or Android device. I went to the App Store, I searched for SmartDawn, and I actually have to scroll down a little bit here to find it. So SmartDawn, I'll hit get. I'll open it. So it wants to find Bluetooth devices. I'll say allow. It says choose your device. I'll tap it and say connect. And here we have the lights. Let's press the power button and it's turning on. Press it again to turn it off. And then I'll go to the right. And it looks like we have different animations. So let's tap the upper left icon here. We have the effect list. It looks like we have a number of effects. Quite a few. So we have some Halloween effects. Looks like there's a bunny, Christmas, a number of Christmas effects. There's a turkey for Thanksgiving, and then just some kind of generic effects. If we go to the upper right, basic options, equipment selection. Oh, we already have that selected. We have language, cache, and controller options. Layout adjustment, so we can flip it left to right, up, down, and rotate it 180 degrees. Looks like we can schedule a task. Let's go back in. Oops. Let's collapse that. So those are the options. If we go down to the bottom, we have DIY. We'll tap that. So we have solid color. Now I'm not seeing the option to save this. It may not work on my iPad. Let's go to Doodle. So here we can draw. And we have simple text layout. And it looks like we can add a picture here or an effect. So a number of options. Let's generate. So here we have a little animation with my name. Let's go to group. Okay, so with group we can have multiples of these and we can add them together to make a larger wall. So I only have one here. So that's the basic interface. I'm going to get these set up and we'll take a look at them installed. Okay, so I have this set up. I've hung these from the top of some curtains. Now these can also go outside and these will probably eventually end up outside. But this is an easy way for me to demonstrate. So by default it pulled up this animation. So I'll hit next on here. And we can see it says Halloween. and then it goes into a jack-o'-lantern. Here we have some bats flying in front of the moon. A ghost. Now the further back you are, the better it will look, likely. We have a cat. Is that an owl? Not sure what that one is. There's a witch. So I'll just kind of go through these. So we have a number of different options here. There's a bunny. Some elves or something. Let me find a good Christmas one. It's a candy cane. There's one there with Santa Claus. So lots of cool options here. Let's go into a color swirl. And here we have kind of a matrix effect with color. Looks like we can do a solid color. So that's just red. Now in this solid color we can change the color here. Let's change it to a blue. Well, it looks like this is changing it in stripes. So if I go in here, I can change the different colors. Let's see. This is very random. There we go. Now the one I made myself is at the bottom. So here we can see it. Now I can go here and change the speed. I clicked on the rocket, so we're at 36%. Let me go to 100%. And that will make it scroll faster. Let's go to the slowest. I'll do 2%. So that's almost stopped there. So as I record this, it's around Halloween time, so I'll go up here and go to playlist. I'll hit add at the bottom, and I'll say Halloween. And I'll add some effects. Okay, so I'll go back. So now we have the Halloween playlist. So those are the SmartDawn LED smart curtain lights. If you're looking to add something cool and big to your holiday decorations that frankly doesn't take up a lot of room, I think this is a great option. You could hang this on the exterior of a house or maybe a large wall in your house and set up some animations and stuff to decorate for multiple holidays. Now you can make your own, but I think a lot of people will probably use the pre-made options. So you have Halloween, Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, and there are probably some others in there. I think this gives a really cool effect. Now I'm currently filming this from about maybe 8 to 10 feet away. Most people will be viewing this from the road in a car, and from that distance this will look even cooler. I like how simple this was to set up. You just hang it, make sure everything's pretty straight, plug it in. You don't have to do any calibrating, and it automatically just works. Now the app does use Bluetooth, so you do need to be within range to connect to it, but otherwise I think this would be pretty easy to set up. Now the bottom are just hanging, so the wind could blow them around. It could be possible to zip tie those to, say, a pole or something to keep them straight if you have that issue. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.